Peace be with you. Here is today's story. It is one of those big magazines from Scholastic, My Big World with Clifford. And here is what it says. A teeny tiny nest. Nest. What letter is that? Down, slant, back up. N. A hummingbird is very little. Her nest is so small it fits on a pine cone. Look at that. This is a pine cone. So this picture is bigger than what it actually is. A pine cone is, well, maybe not. Yeah, the pine cone normally fits in our hands. And so that little bird would be like right in there, just really teeny. Well, no, a pine cone is even smaller than that, right? It's like about that big. So the bird is probably about that big. She made it with grass and spider webs. Isn't that amazing? She gathered spider webs. So the spider uses webs to catch its food, but it also helps birds make nests. Isn't that amazing? So that's what she's like put it together with, because spider webs are sticky and they're like string. Isn't that neat? Can you guess what she has inside that tiny nest? What do you think is in there? I think you're right. But what I wanted to say also is when we made our pretend nest, well, they weren't really pretend, they were real, right? We could feel them. But we're not going to use the nest because we're not birds. But we made it as an art project, remember? We took a paper bag. For those of you who didn't do the project, you can take a brown paper bag and you roll it so that it looks like a bowl, like the shape of a nest. And then we gathered materials from outside on the playground. And some of my students, remember, got pine cones for their nests. So you guys are so smart. I was like, why are you getting pine cones? But now I'm reading this book and I'm like, that you guys knew it. Pine cones are part of some nests. Isn't that amazing? So some of you who had those pine cones, you were right on the money, because hummingbirds use them. And I guess they use them because they're sturdy and they're not gonna sink in. It's like a good bottom for the nest. All right, let's try to open this now. Remember, I had trouble with this before, so I'm going to try my best, guys. I'm hanging it on my calendar. That seemed to work last time. And this is my homemade calendar with paper clips. I made a calendar for our time away from the classroom. Okay, that should work, but now I'm wondering if you can see all of the pictures. Let me move you over just a little bit and back. There we go. Okay, that should be good. So this says, tiny babies grow up. So here is the first circle. What color is that circle? Can you see it? If you guys had the magazines at home, I would in our classroom, remember, I would say point to this color circle. Do you see what color it is? It's a brown circle. So our brown circle and our brown box says this. Eggs. Do you see the tiny hummingbird eggs in the tiny nest? They are each the size of a jelly bean. So that's a little bit bigger than what a jelly bean is, but not too much. So that's like a real size of the eggs. They're like this big. They're so small. Look how small that nest is too. So pretty. It looks like it has moss on it and some feathers. It looks really soft. Isn't that beautiful? I would love to find one of those. You'd have to have really good eyes to find a small nest like that. So keep your eyes open. And if you see one, take a picture and send it to me because I want to see one. Okay, what color circle is this next one? Can you see it? That's a pink circle. So in the pink circle, it says this, 5 days old. What hatched tiny baby birds did? They want food. So there's the mom, and there's the babies. And they look a different color because they don't have their feathers all in yet. They're very, so it's just like skin, and their eyes are closed. They're so newborn that their eyes are closed. Now, 5 days. Let's sing our Days of the Week song to see how long that would be. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it would be like this week tomorrow. Let's say the bird laid its eggs on Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So then by Thursday, those eggs would have hatched. That's pretty quick. Now, what color is this circle? Can you see? That's a green circle, 13 days old. So almost half a month, the baby birds grew. They have feathers now. They barely fit in the tiny nest. Look at them. They're squeezed in there together. They kind of have to have their backs to each other so they fit in that small nest. And it's such a pretty nest. Look at this. It has like, maybe like lichen or leaves. I don't know exactly what that is, but it's beautiful. And you can see the feathers on them. And they're still kind of, their feathers are kind of different than the mom's feathers. They're still growing. Okay. And you know what's so cool? My devotion was about growing up too, and how God will provide all the things you need to grow. Such an awesome thing. And if you look, the circles are going up, going upwards. It's kind of a tilt. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the last circle. So this is the first circle. Second, third, fourth. This is our fourth circle. And what color is it? Blue. 21 days old. So like almost a whole month. The baby birds can fly now. They will fly away from the tiny nest. So it took them about a month to go from an egg to be able to fly away. Look. And now it kind of looks like the mom. It's not as colorful. So the mom has like green and yellow on the feathers, a little bit of red. And this is kind of, the baby's still kind of dull. There's a little bit of green, but it's mostly like gray. But I love, look at under the beak. It's little dots, it's kind of like little dots in a row. I don't know if you can see that, so I'm going to take you over so you can see it. Do you see those dots underneath the beak? It's pretty cool looking. Okay. Let's see what the last box says here. Clifford's Move and Learn. Oh, so you guys can do this. Why are they called hummingbirds? Their little wings flap so fast, they make a humming sound. How fast can you flap? Let's see. You want to try to make a humming sound by flapping? I don't think we can do it as fast as them to make it hum, but let's try. Nope. My pretend wings didn't make a humming sound, but we could make a humming sound when we do it. Ready? That was kind of silly, huh? But they fly faster than that. They flap their wings faster than that. They're really, when you see a hummingbird, it's kind of blurry when you see them because they go so fast. I've actually seen hummingbirds in Washington, and I know they're here because Miss Christie, one of the assistants in VPK, posted on her Facebook how she has some flowers that attract the hummingbirds here in Florida, and the ones that are here have red on them. They're called ruby hummingbirds. Rubies are red, so that's why they're called that. And I asked her what kind of flowers, and you have to have a flower that's reddish. They like those red flowers, those pink and red colors attract them. But you also want to have, let me see if I have something that I could draw on so I could show you. She says they're like trumpet-like flowers. So there's different types of flowers that look like this. They kind of look like that, where they have like, this part probably gets bigger, a little bit bigger at the end. But they like that because they stick their beak all the way in the end, and there's a lot of nectar in there. And there were these flowers in Washington that my kids would get the sweet nectar out themselves. It was so interesting. I can't recall what they are, but you could find them here too, and they would attract hummingbirds. I'm sorry I don't remember the name of that flower. Oh well, but look for trumpet-like flowers if you want to attract hummingbirds. Wouldn't that be neat? And now I'm going to close it. Let's see. Yeah, you can still see it there. I'm going to hook it up to my paper clips. Okay, and I need to get a color pencil or a crayon. So if you had your own magazine, you would write your name up there. So practice writing your name today. Don't forget how to do that. And try to use VPK writing, the small letters. So when you're doing VPK writing, you have a capital letter in the front, and then the VPK letters, the small curvy letters in the back. I know you can do it. Just practice, okay? So parents, help them start to transition to only using, not just doing all capital letters in their name. Try to do a capital in the front and then the lowercase in the back, because that's what big kids do. All right, count bird eggs. How many eggs are in each bird nest? Color the number. Oh, and by the way, if you have a child that's 2 going on 3, their hands are not strong enough. Their muscles are not developed enough to practice that yet. You can practice in the sand with your fingers or in the air, but if you're getting frustrated with your child holding a writing, like a pencil or a crayon, it's because they're still working on getting those muscles developed at that age. When they're moving out of my class this year, a lot of my students that are watching this are 3, actually they're 4 right now, and they're going to be going into VPK soon. Their hands have been, their muscles are pretty developed at this point, because a lot of them will be turning 5 in the fall. I'm pretty sure that's the ages of my kids in my class. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, a lot of them turned 4 early on in the year, so they'll be turning 5 at the end of this year. And so their muscles are stronger. So don't get frustrated with your kids if they're not able to. It's all about strengthening those muscles. So if you have a younger kid, what I would recommend is Play-Doh to strengthen those muscles so that they're ready to grip a pencil when it's time. Paper clips and tongs. Learning how to use tongs to grab like snacks from snack bowl. That strengthens. I'm trying to think of what other ideas, but that's a few ideas you can do to strengthen. And so sorry about that, kids. You're so bored with me, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, count bird eggs. How many eggs are in each bird's nest? Color the number. This is an emu's eggs. Look at that. They're pretty big and they're blue. Let's count how many. Ready? And this is great because number starts with N. 1, 2. Which one is the number 2? Around and back on the choo-choo track. 2, 2, 2. All right, we've colored that one in. Okay, this is a quail. Look at the eggs. They have spots on them. Let's count them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one is number 5? Down, around, hat on top, Five's a clown. There it is. Okay. Oh, this is a robin with the red breast. Look at the eggs of the robin. They are pretty blue. I love these two colors. That red and that blue together, they're so gorgeous. Let's count the eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which one of these is the number 8? Make an S. Do not wait. Go back up and close the gate. Makes a number 8. Okay. See how I'm trying to stay inside of the circle? When you're coloring, try to stay in the lines. It takes a lot of strength in your hands to do that. And it's okay if you come out of the lines every now and then, but try your best to stay inside. Goose. These are white eggs. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. Which one is the number 3? Around the tree makes the number 3. There it is. Oh, look at their nests. They're different nests. This one's like sticks. This one's like grass, and some sticks. This looks like a lot of feathers and some grass. And this one looks like hay. So neat, guys. Should we sing our song to say goodbye? Our new song for the month? Let's do it. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Have a wonderful day, guys.